Hey everyone, how are you? Jason at Hard Money Bankers with HMB Podcast. Today, I'm going to go over the real estate investing transaction flow, and everyone watching, listening is also going to get the checklist cheat sheet. You're going to get this exact document that I'm about to go over, but let's just go over this. Now, obviously, if you're a newer real estate investor, you're going to get a lot of value, but if you're an experienced real estate investor and you've done a lot of deals, this is just a good way to kind of put it into your file. Maybe if you want to edit this, feel free. It's going to be in a Word doc, and just keep it in your file, because it doesn't matter who you are. Sometimes you just need some sort of checklist or cheat sheet just so you don't forget anything throughout the process. So what I like to do is I like to put the property address, the ratified date, and the closing date, and then the exit strategy on the top. Start with that. Obviously, you want to check this off after you get your contract ratified. You want to order your title work with a title company. You want to consult with the seller for access, how your lender, contractor, inspectors, things like that are going to get on the property. And then you can write down your lockbox combo here. Related to financing, obviously you want to secure financing and potentially get a pre-approval ahead of time from a hard money lender, or getting with a private lender, or potentially if a bank, if you have enough time for one of those transactions. Get that kind of all set up ahead of time. But then as soon as you have that property ratified, make sure you get a commitment from them, or a lending intent or a term sheet to verify that they're going to fund the deal as they state. If lender requires appraisals, most hard money lenders and private lenders don't require appraisals. Banks may. Make sure you have ample time on that. If you're going to use a bank, don't set your closing date at 5 or 7 days. Only a hard money lender or private lender is going to be able to do that. A bank's going to need a longer time frame. Related to construction, you want to firm up your bids with your contractor ahead of time, get written and signed bids. Obviously, you want to meet at the property probably multiple times to make sure everyone's on the same page. Verify your contractor has the proper insurance, is licensed, bonded. Order your home inspection if you need one, roof search, pest control, termite, mold, stuff like that. You can either do that after closing, but whatever you can accomplish before closing, obviously that's helpful. Some areas you can start getting permits, verify zoning, see if there's any code violations or natural hazards you should be aware of. Keep all your repair sheets and new installations that you're getting in warranties in place as you're renovating the house, because your new buyers are going to certainly need that. Schedule locksmiths to change your locks, things like that. And always try to find someone to cut grass and water plants throughout the process. That's something that a lot of people forget. As well as, I'm going to skip real quick, as well as turning on your utilities, set up your gas, electric, and water. And also when you sell the property, obviously you want to stop doing that. Related to insurance, you want to get a builder's risk and liability policy. If it is a fix and flip, if it's a rental property, you want to get a tenant occupied policy. If it's just a vacant property, you're going to keep it vacant, just get a vacant policy in the meantime. But most of the time you're going to need a builder's risk and insurance, and liability policy. Don't skip on insurance, get the right policy, make sure the insurance broker or insurance company writes those type of policies, because if you have the wrong policy and you have an issue, they're not going to cover you. So make sure you get that. It's very important. And then right at closing, make sure you call them to bind coverage. So they can get that set up. If there's renters in the property, see if you can access the property. Try to get leases from them ahead of time, agreements, last month's rent, security deposits, things like that. I like to speak to the renters as much as possible to understand what their goals are and figure out what their situation is, if they want to move out, if they want to stay there, things like that. During closing, do all your personal inspections the day before closing to make sure, or the day of closing, ideally right as before closing if possible. Make sure there's no additional damages that have occurred. Get your title company to email over you the HUD-1 so you know how much cash to close you need and what the numbers look like, and get them to show you a copy of the deed as well that you're going to be signing and everything ahead of time. If you want to review things, you can review them ahead of time or at closing. So that's usually it. It's good to kind of have some sort of checklist to follow until you've really done a lot of deals and kind of what's going on with them. But these are just the basics. And then if you want to use this as kind of like your cheat sheet or whatever, you can put all your information, people's information, your real estate agents, your title companies, the seller, buyer, appraiser, lender, things like that. Hopefully you found this helpful. It's Jason at Hard Money Bankers, and I'll get you more content together next week, and we'll chat then. Okay. Thanks.